And here we are, back for the second game between your Rhode Island College Anchormen and the UMass Boston Beacons. First game just ended. 71-63 was the final score between the Anchor women and the UMass Boston Beacons women team. Of course, Mike Giammarco alongside Andrew Spaziano. And Andrew, what do you expect to see here for the second game?
Well, if the Anchormen the Anchormen, got to switch over now to the second half of the doubleheader. The Anchormen used the momentum that they got from the game against Wesleyan Tuesday night, which really, I mean, basically talking to Coach Burns after the game, he agreed that there's really not such a thing as a good loss, but that was as close as you can really get to it.
Absolutely.
Because they really looked like a whole different team. They were just playing a lot better chemistry, and there's a lot better execution by the team. And I think that if they're smart and if they practice well, then they'll harness that momentum, and then they'll be able to put up a solid effort today, hopefully get a win.
Terrence Tribble coming off of a huge game. He had what, 16 points, 14 rebounds? 16 points and 14 rebounds against Wesleyan. Chris Green, of course, with 25. But Tribble's going to be a key factor here tonight, as we see right in front of us that UMass is a pretty tall team. And Tribble, though only being whatever, he is 6'3", really rebounds like he is 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. We talk about it a lot, and I just don't think it can be overstated too much, just how good of a rebounder he is and how much he plays taller than he actually is. And I think it's especially on a team that lacks height like Rhode Island College, it's such a huge thing. And we'll see. I mean, it was great to see Terrence Tribble, with a few veteran players on the team, stepping it up, and I think it's something they really needed. And I think if he can do that again in this game, really going to help them try to get the win. I think if they execute and play like they did Tuesday night, I felt like this after the game, the wins will come.
Absolutely.
You know, obviously you're playing a team on Tuesday night that was borderline top 25. And if you can play like that against them, you can play like that certainly against UMass Boston, and really any team in your conference, including Eastern Connecticut. So we'll see what happens here in this one. Expecting a good game, conference game, and hopefully an Anchormen win.
I absolutely would agree. So let's send you courtside for tonight's starting lineups.
Fans, welcome to the Murray Center for Campus Appreciation Day as the Beacons of UMass Boston take on your Rhode Island College Anchormen. The Rhode Island College Athletic Department would like to welcome all RIC sports campers and their families to today's game. Thank you for your support, and go Anchormen. And now, this afternoon's starting lineups. First, the University of Massachusetts Boston Beacons. At guard, a 5'9" senior, number 4, Quadri Allen. At guard, a 6-foot sophomore, number 22, Maurice Magris. At forward, a 6-foot senior, number 1, Caleb Izawuzi. At forward, 6'2", junior, number 15, Dan Power. And at center, a 6'4", junior, number 30, Sam Freeman. Head coach of UMass Boston, Jason Harris. Freshman
So Andrew, we are ready to get started in this conference matchup. We'll see a familiar starting lineup today. It'll be Fritzen, Green, Jones, Scheider, and Tribble.
Now, obviously one they had a lot of success with on Tuesday, Mike. I mean, can't talk enough about the effort they put in.
Absolutely.
Just how different of a team they look like. And I think obviously if that's going to work for you and if that lineup's going to be the one that produces, I mean, of course you're going to go with that one. So hopefully we can get a similar output from them today, and we'll see how this one plays out. Obviously, as we've reiterated time and time again, this broadcast conference game, you're going to see a team twice a year, then you're going to be familiar with them, and most likely you're going to end up playing them very close.
Absolutely. So it'll be Freeman, Magras, Powers, Allen, and Ezewuzi for the Beacons. Jones and Freeman to take the tip-off. And we are underway. Fritzen with the ball, gets it back to Green. Green, right side, moves left. Now brings it back up. Passes it to Jones on the right side, gives it to Fritzen. Fritzen inside the three-point line, knocks down the jumper.
Yeah, nice jumper, and I like seeing the press early on from the Anchormen. Definitely gives you an opportunity to get off to a hot start. You get forced some turnovers like that, so interesting move by Coach Burns. And
Allen with the ball, gives it to Powers. Now he hands it off to Magras, who gets it back out to Allen. Allen, right side, steps back. Three is no good. Rebound, Fritzen. And Fritzen brings it up the court. Fritzen left side, now drives in. Passes down low to Jones.
Can't get
Unable to get it to go. Powers comes up with the rebound, and he brings it up off the board. It was no good for Magras. And Fritzen with the ball. Fritzen driving in left side, brings it all the way for two.
The Anchormen are playing a really fast-paced game, which I think is what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to get those transition points, trying to pressure UMass early. Obviously, it looks like in the first opening miss, they're harnessing some of that momentum from Tuesday, and they're really playing an intense game.
Allen to Powers. Powers, top of the key, being guarded by Tribble. Passes it to Ezewuzi, back to Powers, and back down to the corner to Allen from Magras. Pass down low to Freeman. Freeman sizing up with Jones. Now turns around, little right hook is good for two.
Yeah, just Freeman, 6'4", good reach, just able to float over Jones, who had good position, but just a nice job by Freeman, able to.
And an illegal screen is going to be called on Jones, I believe. And it is indeed on Jones. And Allen will bring it up the court, being guarded by Green. Allen, left side, working left, now passes down to the corner. Ezewuzi drives in, passes it out, and is picked off by Green.
Yeah, he's trying to do a little too much there, trying to find a pass. And Green, great position.
And Green getting called for the carry.
Second time today we've seen that.
UMass to inbound, it'll be Powers inbound in the ball.
I actually think Rhode Island College has looked pretty good. They just made a couple of poor mistakes on the offensive end. They could have a 6-point lead in this game and really have UMass on the rope. So unfortunately, it just hasn't played out that way.
Allen passes it and pass down low to Freeman from Ezewuzi, who goes up for two.
And obviously Freeman has got that big body of his. They're gonna have to figure out a way to neutralize him, whether they have to involve Tony Oji or somebody down low. Because obviously Jason Jones having a bit of a hard time defending him.
Scheider open for three. No good. Rebound Powers.
Just open opportunity, just not quite able to find a touch there. But good pass. And
Magras working down low. Passes it out to Ezewuzi, who drives baseline, now turns around and gives it to Freeman. And Freeman sizing up with Jones. Turns around, passes it down low. Nice pass. Better block from Scheider.
yeah, definitely.
And we're going to see Campbell come into the game for Jones.
So I guess we're going to see how Campbell can do covering Freeman. Jason Jones had himself a nice game on Tuesday, especially in the rebounding department.
Up and under, no good. And Campbell comes away with it. Fritzen pressing up the court, top of the key. Being guarded by Ezewuzi. Now moving right side. Looking for something. Gives it to Scheider in the corner, left side. And Scheider brings it back out. Up to the top of the key and drives in. Brings it back out to Green. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Green pulls up. Jumper is good.
Nice touch there, and we know how Chris Green can play. He can go off similar to how Alex Moore can for the Anchorwoman.
Absolutely. Allen hands it off to Magras. Back to Allen in the corner and up to Powers. Powers drives in left side, and we're going to get a foul before the shot. Foul's going to be on Scheider. We'll see Williams into the game for Scheider.
See how Williams does. He's a pretty good distributor of the ball. Very good at that aspect of the point guard position.
Lewis Jean and Gonzalez into the game for UMass. Ezewuzi inbounds to Magras. Passes up to Powers and he gives it off to Gonzalez. Gonzalez looking around, finds Ezewuzi right side, who drives in baseline. And it's going to be an offensive foul. Great job by Fritzen, stepping in front, getting set, and taking the charge.
Definitely a great job by Fritzen. Plays like that, where people take charges like that, it really energizes your bench. It gets everybody fired up. So I think the Anchormen have been playing with great energy. And you know what it is? They look confident. Something we didn't see with that team we saw in the first half of the season. The team we've seen the last game and the beginning of this one. It's just a confident team that seems like they're not afraid to play against teams like UMass.
Fritzen driving in, now gets it back out to Williams at the top of the key, who brings it over right side, calls out a play, and now works off the screen from Campbell and passes it out to Green, whose jumper is good.
Green's got a quick
Green
five.
Knocks down a three.
Yeah, there's some good shooting by the Anchormen early in this one. I mean, really, can't say enough. They've gotten good opportunities, open opportunities, and just a good job early on by them.
Magras passes it up to the corner to Gonzalez, who hands it back over to Magras for three. No good. Fritzen comes up with it, and Fritzen doing a great job.
Great job.
Able to still stay with the ball.
They fakes out his man to boot. That was highlight reel right there.
And if you're listening, Fritzen just almost trips, hangs on to the dribble, almost gets the ball stolen away, and blows by his man as we got a whistle. And Williams will inbound.
That honestly,
Scheider back into the game for Fritzen.
that may be one of the best just concentration awareness plays
Absolutely.
I've seen since I've started broadcasting these games. I mean, that was just phenomenal job by Fritzen.
Green moves around, driving in. Now passes it out to Scheider. Scheider a good 6 feet behind the three-point line. Moves around to the right side. Now hands it back to Green for three. No good. Rebound, Tribble. Back to Green. Green, little hop step. Floater no good. Gets his own rebound and hands it back to Scheider. Scheider inside the three-point line. Back to Green. Green passes down low to a wide open Tribble, who's now covered by two guys. Shot no good. Powers comes up with the rebound. And he passes it down to Magras, who got it on the right side, and passes it out to Powers for three. Got it.
Unfortunately for the Anchormen, they had a nice offensive sequence. They got some looks, but they weren't able to convert. And on the flip side, UMass is able to get the three there.
I'll get a foul. Cruz and Fritzen both coming into the game for Tribble and Green.
I think even despite the story, I think Rhode Island College has really had the upper hand in this quarter. I mean, sorry, half. Early on, they just.
Williams to Campbell, who
Nice.
goes in for two.
If we had a few more inches on it, we would have seen a phenomenal dunk, but
Absolutely.
nice layup and nice easy hoop for Campbell.
Allen with the ball in their center court, being guarded by Williams. And gets it to Powers, now hands it to Magras. who hands it back out. And ball being moved around. Back to Magras. Magras right wing, he's gonna have to shoot it, and they don't get it off in time. They say he does.
That was not. I mean, that was a good half second.
It was a good play, a good three by Campbell, but that shot clock had already gone off.
No, definitely. It was at least a good half second or so. So definitely a blown call by the officials there.
Agreed. Williams with the ball. Drives in left side, hands it to Scheider for three. No good, in and out, rebound Campbell. And Campbell sizes up, shot no good. Rebound Powers.
It's the good rebound by Campbell of a bit of a shot that was a little off by Scheider. Unfortunately not able to convert there.
Allen looking down low. Shot off the board, wild from Campbell, who complains he thought he got a foul.
I wouldn't complain too much after you just got away with a
Williams fakes the three.
shot after the shot clock.
Passes down low to Cruz, who gets blocked. And great save by Campbell, but gives it to Powers. And now Magras off to the races, goes up, and a great block by Cruz.
I think there was a little contact, but not enough to draw the call. I think it's interesting. I think this officiating crew, I could be wrong as this game goes on. It looks like they're letting them play a little bit, which is the opposite of the one we saw in the Anchormen game.
And another good block, that time by Green down low as Jones comes away with the ball. Jones back into the game, by the way, also Tribble. Fritzen for three, got it.
Fritzen's really having a great game. He's got 7 points already, and this may be the game where Jimmy Fritzen really
goes off.
Yeah, that's exactly the word I was looking for. Because we've seen him have good games, but we've never seen him have like a really phenomenal
Tribble comes up with a steal off the pass from Allen, and Scheider's got the ball. And I would have to agree with you, Scheider, jumper no good.
Scheider unfortunately has had some looks, just hasn't been able to find his touch early on in this one, but it's a long game to go, and you can always get hot at any point during a game.
Campbell hands it off to Powers. Powers right side hands it off to Allen. Allen looking around. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Campbell with the ball in their center court, now drives in left side. He pulls up off the board, no good. And rebound comes down to Fritzen. He's got a few rebounds in this game.
He's done a good job on the board, especially when they're outsized.
No look pass from Fritzen goes out of bounds. And Ezewuzi back into the game, along with Freeman. So both starting lineups back into the game. Allen moving right side, now driving in, he's going to get a foul on Fritzen. (14-10) the score early on.
A lot of good defensive plays in this on both sides. A lot of blocks. There's a lot of good defense early on. And of course, the Anchormen, we've seen some good offensive possessions as well. Obviously from specifically Jimmy Fritzen.
Freeman takes a jumper right inside the three-point line, no good. Rebound Ezewuzi, who hangs up in the air for a good 4 seconds, and he draws a foul.
I just think that was a nice play by Ezewuzi getting the offensive board.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did a nice job, and as you said, I think he floated there for a good 4 seconds in the air and then drew the contact to get to the line.
He sets his first shot, is up and is good. Barnes and Omerovic into the game. Second is no good. Rebound Tribble, and Green bringing it up the court. Green hands it off to Scheider and back to Green. Green looking around, trying to find somebody, and finds Fritzen. Fritzen now moving right side. Off the screens from Tribble and Jones. Pass down low is picked off.
Yeah, unfortunately just tried to force a pass inside there. Shot clock winding down. Just not a good decision there by Fritzen.
And it was a great defensive play by Omerovic.
Oh, most definitely.
And Powers with the ball. Slings it to the left side. Ezewuzi drives in, and he's called for a travel. Williams back into the game, who will replace Fritzen.
What a quick first half we've played. Already halfway done in this game.
Williams with the ball, being guarded by Barnes. A nice little move, goes back to the right side beyond the three-point line, passes it out to Green. Green steps it back to Williams. Now Green fakes the three, moves in, takes the jumper, and gets the lucky roll for two.
Yeah, it's a nice sequence there. Williams, the passing back to Green, then the great fake, as you said, and just gave himself an open opportunity from around the foul line, able to drain the two.
Barnes near center court, being guarded by Williams. The ball gets turned away, and Green, great play, goes up off the board for two. Thought he had the foul. Won't go that way, but Chris Green with 9 points with 9:11 to go in the first half.
Just what a great job there on the steal. Just able to pick up the ball, and not only that, but stay in bounds too. Right along the sideline in front of our table, stays in bounds, goes for the layup. As I said, not able to draw the foul, but just a nice job. And I think the Anchormen, they're capitalizing from really just a great first half they played so far. I mean, they finally got they've got the lead up to 7, which I think they've earned that 7-point lead.
Absolutely.
I think they've earned to be up by more than they are right now. But I think if they keep playing this way, it'll come to them.
9:11 to go, first half, 18-11 the score. Chris Green with 9 points, leading the way. Fritzen also, I believe, with 7.
Yeah, Fritzen having a good game, and Chris Green, always a good scorer for the Anchormen.
And Williams picks it off, back to Green, open for three, no good. Rebound comes down to Powers, but there will be a foul called. Foul's on Tribble.
The Anchormen are just, I think it's just confidence, and I think it's experience is what's helping this team. You're 12 games into the season, you got all these young players. They're finally confident to be playing on this level, I think, and play as a team.
Allen throws it down.
I don't know how
Omarovich comes up with it somehow.
I don't know how he kept it in bounds.
And Green now bringing it up the court. Green to Williams, passes down to Jones, up for two.
That's at least Williams' second assist, if not more. He's done a nice job passing. He's had a lot of issues early on in the season with turnovers. None so far for him in this one. The whole team's done a nice job distributing the ball as well.
Campbell, step back, shot no good. Tribble may have gotten a piece of that shot.
He definitely got a piece of that because that was way off.
Green to Scheider. And back to Green.
You can tell Scheider thought about the three.
And back to Williams, now working left side, way behind the three-point line. Nice screen set by Jones. And Williams back over to the right side, calling out a play. Williams finds Green, 3 seconds on the shot clock. He's got to shoot it, turns around. Shot is no good that time. Rebound Jones, who kicks it back out to Williams.
And it's just a great job. You're going to throw up the shot, get the rebound, give yourself a clean shot clock.
And Campbell will come into the game. Freeman and Ezewuzi will also come into the game. And Jimmy Fritzen will also come into the game. 7:37 to go in the first half. 20-11 the score in favor of the Anchormen. Allen with the ball, being guarded by Fritzen, hands it off to Freeman. And he gets it up to Magras on the right side, passes back down low to Freeman. Great job handling that pass and going up for two.
Freeman's got 6 now and did a good job bottling it up after he got a quick 4 at the beginning of the game, but obviously he's going to be an issue down low.
Jones sizing up, hands it off to Fritzen. Fritzen steps back, looks around, now moving left side. Works around the screen from Jones, hands it to Scheider, who drives in, turn around, throws it up. And not sure if that was a shot or a pass intended for Jones. Now Magras gonna call a blocking foul on Scheider.
He did a nice job getting in position, but unfortunately officials don't think that he set himself in time, but a good effort regardless by Scheider.
So Magras will be at the line. It looks like Williams and Gonzalez both to come back into the game. First shot is no good. .643 to go. First half, 20-13 the score. Anchormen leading the Beacons.
And I mean, I think if you're Coach Burns, there's not a lot you can complain about from this team. I mean, certainly, I'm sure he'll have a few small things that he'd want to clean up at halftime, but really, I mean, you can't complain about the effort. I think the energy's been there, and I think something's clicked with this team.
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is,
but looking like a team.
Yeah, they do. I think that's definitely, I think probably the biggest thing is that they've got the chemistry and they trust each other, and I think that it's showing on the floor.
Absolutely.
And I think they got a good chance to really make if they keep playing like this, I think they got a good chance to have a pretty good second half to the season. But first you got this game here, you're up by 7. I think they're having great first half on both ends of the floor. I think defensively, I think they've done a pretty good job of bottling up the UMass shooters, and then offensively, great passing and some great shooting, specifically by Chris Green and Jimmy Fritzen. Both done a nice job, both with 9 and 7 respectively.
Jones with 2 and Campbell with 2.
And Tribble has had a pretty good game rebounding, along with Campbell and Jones also have thrown in a couple of their own.
And Magras at the line, sets himself, shot is up and is good. And Green will control this Rhode Island College offense, though Fritzen and Williams are both on the floor. Williams now with the ball right side, finds it back to Green. Green steps back, hands it to Fritzen, shot no good. Rebound Freeman.
And not quite able to get that one, just inside the 3-point line. Got a little bit of space there, but he's not able to get the shot to go.
Runner off the board is good from Allen.
Yeah, that was just a nice play by him. He's able to float the ball up and use the glass to his advantage. This leads down to 4 now.
Williams with the ball, top of the key. Looks left now, goes right to Green. Green up to Jones. Jones looking around, trying to find somebody. Looked like he was looking for Fritzen, but finds Williams on the left side and passes down low. And we do have a call. On Fritzen.
Fritzen took a shot there. I thought it was a defensive foul, because I saw that play developing down low, and he took a shot up high, and they called it on him. Interesting call, to say the least.
It'll be Allen bringing it up the court. Being guarded by Cruz, who just checked into the game. Now he throws a right side to Gonzalez and back up to Ezewuzi. And back to Gonzalez in the corner, who drives baseline. And he's going to get called for a travel. 5 minutes, 33 seconds to go first half. 20-16 the score. If you just tuned in, you're listening live on 90.7 WXIN, Anchor TV. Mike J. Marco alongside Andrew Spaziano, bringing you the conference matchup of your Rhode Island College Anchormen against the UMass Boston Beacons. Green with the ball left side, passes out to Williams. Williams driving in through traffic, hands it down to Campbell, who goes up for 2.
Yeah, it's a nice job by Williams. I think we see time and time again, he's really not much of a shooter. He's really hesitant to do so.
Absolutely.
And maybe that's to his detriment sometimes, but today he's really made some nice passes and gotten into open shooters.
And Green with the ball off the missed shot from Magras.
And another rebound by Tribble. Who else?
Green driving in off the top of the board, no good. Rebound, Tribble for 2.
That's a nice effort by him. He gets his first points of the game. But he did a nice job. He came out of nowhere. I don't know where he honestly came from, but he elevated for that one and was able to get the putback on the miss by Green.
Allen working left side. Williams guarding him. And he goes by Williams. And his floater is good for 2.
Yeah, it's a nice move by Allen. I mean, the defense is pretty tight, but he creates some space for himself. And that's the second time he's driven in like that and made a nice basket.
Green looking for somebody, finds Tribble. Tribble now at the top of the key, hands it back off to Green. Green pulled back out and gives it to Williams on the right side. 5 on the shot clock. Green with the ball. He's going to have to take the shot. He doesn't. He hands it off to Williams for 3. No good. Rebound, Allen.
Wasn't really a bad pass by Green. Williams is unfortunately unable to convert, but did avoid the shot clock violation.
Gonzalez hands it back to Allen. Yeah, the right side passes over to the right wing to Magras, who drives in. Nice turnaround move. Up off the board for 2.
Seems like UMass has settled down a little bit. They were definitely not expecting what they got from Rhode Island College early in this one, but they've settled down a little bit and they're definitely playing better ball.
Tribble driving in, hands it back out to Cruz at the top of the key, back to Tribble and back to Green. Green pulls up, no good. Out of bounds, and it'll stay Anchormen ball.
Seems like Green's got a little cold shooting here. He started off really hot and he just hasn't been able to convert. But hopefully he finds his touch as this game goes on with 3:02 left in the first half. Fast-moving game.
Very low scoring also.
Definitely.
Green steps back.
It's also a game the Anchormen like to play, low-scoring games.
Now Green's still moving around with it. And they're going to call an illegal screen.
I disagree with that. I think Campbell came in. He set himself, wasn't moving.
Did look like he was set.
He didn't extend his arms. I mean, that's just my take on it, but obviously the officials disagree with my interpretation.
UMass Boston now in the bonus. So any foul against Rhode Island College, UMass will go to the line. Omerovich with the ball. Hands it out to Allen for 3, no good. Rebound Powers and gets it back to Magras. And now Allen with it near center court. And Allen moving around, moves it over to Magras on the right side beyond the 3-point line. Now he drives in and he gets blocked. Great defensive plays by both Cruz and Campbell. Jones comes in for Cruz.
Yeah, and a good job getting a block and not fouling at the same time.
And Magras inbounds. And they say Anchormen ball anyways. And Green will bring the ball up. Green, Williams, Tribble, Campbell, and Jones on the floor for the Anchormen at the moment. And Jones with the ball. Sizing up and hands it off to Green, who knocks down the jumper for 2.
Yeah, nice touch there. Because he moves into double digits with 11.
Allen. Gives it to Freeman. And Freeman got away with a walk. But a great defensive play by Jones. And that'll be Anchormen ball. We're going to see David Clark enter the game.
Freshman guard forward out of Monroe, Connecticut. 6'2", 160 pounds.
And that's somebody we have not seen much of, being a freshman.
Yeah, definitely. They have a lot of youth on this team, but they've really settled into the young players who they play a lot. And Clark obviously is somebody we haven't seen a lot of, so it'll be interesting to see what he brings to the table in the last minute and a half of the first half.
Green, top of the key, wasting a little clock. And hands it down to Jones. Jones sizing up and gets it to Green, who does a great job keeping it in bounds, and a great job by Clark also, who goes up for 2.
It's a great sequence. That does not look good.
We got Omerovich down.
He looks like he's in a lot of discomfort. He looks like he's grabbing his, it might be his knee.
And that's what it looks like from here.
That is not good, and that's something you don't want to see at all at any level.
Number 11, Salim Omerovich, senior forward out of Saugus, Massachusetts.
That's just something you don't want to see, especially for somebody who's a senior, last year of eligibility, looking to go out on a high note. I mean, he has a lot of pain. Just hope the best for him. I didn't even see what happened. He must have. I'm thinking maybe he went up and came down
the wrong way.
Yeah, which is just unfortunately, it's just something that just happens in a lot of sports, but especially basketball.
And he is up. He gets up to an applause. And it looks like the right knee or right ankle.
He's not putting any weight on that at all. He's getting a lot of help from his teammates, so they're going to go evaluate him. So hopefully it's not as serious as it looks, but unfortunately it does not look good right now.
And he is going right back to the bench for right now.
With a minute 12 left in the first half, probably just going to wait it out and take a look at him for now, and then obviously go into the locker room for halftime.
Bonnet with the ball. Passes to Ezewuzi, back to Bonnet. Bonnet, top of the key, back to Ezewuzi. And gives it to Powers, top of the key. Back to Bonnet, back to Ezewuzi, back to Bonnet for three. No good. Rebound, Ezewuzi with 4 Anchormen around. How does that happen?
You're just going to box out and you're just going to elevate for it. And for what it's worth, Ezewuzi doesn't exactly have a ton of height on him, so it's not even like you can say, oh, he elevated higher. The ball just landed in his hands, and it's just a lapse in execution by the Anchormen defense on the board.
He knocks down his first. 28-21 the score. 52.3 seconds to go in the first half. He makes them both. And Allen will come back into the game for Ezewuzi.
As you said, very defensive game, very low scoring.
And Green will bring up the ball, as this game has been played at the Anchormen's pace.
Yeah, most definitely. They've dictated and haven't allowed UMass to play their own type of game in this one.
Green with the ball.
He's going to have to shoot
Moves
soon.
around behind the three-point line, now drives in, steps back, passes it down low for Campbell. He's going to draw the foul.
That was just a fortunate sequence because I think that was just a bad decision by Green to pass it into Campbell. Campbell somehow wrestles the ball away. Not only that, but he draws the foul in the process. So
with 1 second on the shot clock, nonetheless.
yeah. So big break there for the Anchormen in a lot of different ways. Campbell goes to the line.
Campbell sets. First is up and good. We said before, Campbell has a very unorthodox way of shooting his foul shots.
He does, but honestly, whatever works. If it works, it works.
Second is up and is good. Shot clock has been turned off. Allen with the ball, as UMass can hold for the last shot if they so desire.
I would think they would.
And they throw it away, however.
There's a lot UMass is going to go over in the locker room at halftime because they just haven't played their game, and Rhode Island College is really dominated on a lot of levels.
Green for three to end the half. Got it. And that's going to be the end of the first half. The score, Rhode Island College 33, UMass Boston 22. Stick around for the second half. And Andrew, here we are, set for the second half of action between your Rhode Island College Anchormen and the UMass Boston Beacons. The score 33-22 going into the second half. And Andrew, what can you say?
I think the biggest key to the second half, Mike, is they got to play a full 40 minutes of basketball. I think that's the one thing that they have to remember. because we saw them in that LaSalle game. It looked like they had it in control down the stretch, and they weren't able to close it out. So I think that's the biggest key, because really, I don't think there's a lot of things you need to correct for this team. I think they played probably one of the best first halves that you can really play. I mean, certainly the best first half of basketball we've seen from them all year.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's not even a question about that. And I just think they got to keep doing what they're doing, make smart passes, give the ball to the open shooter, whether it's Chris Green, Jimmy Fritzen, or one of the big men down low. And on defense, I think they've just done a good job of frustrating UMass Boston. I'll tell you something right now. UMass came into this game and did not take RIC seriously. And you could tell it in the first opening minutes of this that they didn't expect this team to come out like that.
And they dug themselves right into a hole.
Yep, just like, it's very similar to what the Anchormen did in their game. And now they got to play catch up. And you know what? It's a lot easier to play from the lead than trying to catch up to somebody, especially a double-digit lead. In the Anchorman, I'm expecting to see a press. Now, you got to keep your foot on the pedal in this game. You got to keep taking it to UMass and pressure them.
Absolutely. And there we are. We'll start the second half. Mike Neal giving some veteran, what's the word I'm looking for?
Insight.
Inspiration, insight. Thank you, Andrew.
No problem.
To the rest of the team. And Powers will inbound to start the second half. And Allen with the ball. Second half has begun. Allen with the ball on the left side. Being guarded by Scheider. Passes it to Magras. Back to Allen. Allen fakes the three. Now gets it back to Magras. And gets it to the right side to Powers and passes it in. And the shot is good. Down low from Campbell.
Hey, worked through a lot of contact there and was able to get the shot to go. I mean, really just good job by him and good passing by the Beacons on their first possession.
Green with the ball. Gives it to Fritzen. Jumper, no good. And rebound comes out to Scheider. Scheider fakes a shot. Green, open three, no good. Rebound, Campbell.
Yeah, it's two good opportunities there for the Anchorman. A fortunate rebound that ended up right in Scheider's lap. And unfortunately, neither of those shots from Fritzen or Green were able to be converted, but good open opportunities. You just got to convert those shots.
Magras for three, no good. And I'm going to say Anchorman ball.
I thought the ball went off Green.
That's what it looked like from here.
But,
didn't have a clear view of it, though.
But certainly, regardless, I'm not going to complain to the Anchormen, so they get possession.
Green bringing the ball up. And he hands it off to Scheider. Scheider finds Green, who passes it down low to Tribble. Tribble sizing up with Powers. Shot wild, no good. Rebound, Jones' shot, no good. Fritzen, however, able to put it up for two.
Yeah, it's good awareness by Fritzen. Just a good job getting those boards. Tribble didn't really have a good opportunity to get a shot up, but he threw one up. Jones not able to convert on that rebound, and then Fritzen gets his point total up to 9 there, so he converts that layup.
Ball being moved around. Magras back to Allen, to Powers.
Nice block.
The three is blocked by Tribble, and he saves it and gets it to Fritzen. Fritzen hands it off to Scheider, who is stripped, and it's going to be Anchorman ball.
That's the second amazing play we've seen from an Anchorman player in this one. First we had Fritzen on that dribble after he fell down, and then Tribble, I don't know how he stayed in bounds.
A monster block also.
Yeah, and then he elevates over the out of bounds line and is able to.
Green throws it right to UMass. Campbell with the ball. Gives it to Magras, left side behind the three-point line, back to Campbell. And Campbell looking around. Gets it to Allen, who hands it off to Powers and throws it back to Allen. Now left side to Campbell. Campbell, power step, gives it down to Freeman. And Freeman looking for somebody. Finds Magras. 1 second on the shot clock. He's got to take it, but he knocks it down. Freeman for two.
Yeah, he did a good job of getting the shot off before the shot clock.
35-26 the score. Green hands it to the corner to Scheider, who brings it back up. Off of the screen from Jones. Scheider pulls up wide open for two.
Scheider's on the board here. He was definitely didn't quite have the feel for the shot in the first half. He does a nice job getting his first points of the game on a nice pull-up there, just inside the three-point line.
Allen with the ball. gives it to Magras at the top of the key. Magras, power step, gives it to Campbell, whose shot is no good. Rebound, Tribble, and he gets it up to Green. Green to Fritzen for three, no good. Rebound, Magras.
Good open opportunity for Fritzen, just not able to knock it down. The Anchormen are finding room on offense. They're getting open opportunities, and they've done a nice job setting those opportunities up with some nice, crisp passes.
Powers driving in, got away with a huge walk there.
I agree with you there.
And Fritzen bringing it up the court. He loses it. They're going to get a foul.
You get tripped up a little bit there.
Foul's going to be on Powers.
Foul call on UMass Boston, number 15, Dan Powers, his second foul, team's first.
Shatter will inbound. And looking for somebody, he gets it into Fritzen. Now Tribble with it. Tribble, Green, fakes the three. Now steps in, step back shot, got it. Fritzen and Green both so good off shooting off the dribble.
Yeah, and they both got nice touches to their shots. I mean, 9 times out of 10, they get nothing but net.
Right.
They just have a great feel, as you said, off the dribble. Both of them very similar players, but also different in a variety of ways.
Pass down low. We're going to get a foul before the shot. Foul's on Scheider. Williams will come in for him.
Yeah, and that's Scheider's third foul, so they're going to throw him on the bench for a little bit, as he's in a bit of foul trouble early here in the second half.
Thankfully, really, none of the rest of the team is in foul trouble. Fritzen's got 2.
I mean, really neither team, or at least for the Beacons, who's on the floor right now, are in that much foul trouble.
Freeman drives baseline. Shot no good. Rebound, Tribble. Williams to Fritzen. Fritzen driving in baseline and hands it down to Jones, who gets blocked. Thought he got a foul. And Allen now driving in, and he got away with a walk also. It goes up for 2.
Might as well just take it the length of the court with as many steps as he took there. But that's 2 walks the officials have missed.
Green driving in left side, hands it back to Fritzen. Fritzen moving around right side, goes down, and a great play by Williams to keep the ball alive.
Definitely.
Gets it to Tribble, gets it to Green.
I think Fritzen was looking for a foul, but good job by Williams not giving up on the play, as you said. And, yeah, great job saving that from being a turnover.
Williams down to Jones, who beats the shot clock for 2.
A bizarre sequence for the Anchormen there, but they got the point somehow.
That they did.
And that's just a great job of sticking with it, even though things really didn't go obviously as they planned. But I think that's a great job by the whole team of not giving up on it and still getting the basket.
Campbell pulls up for a long 3, no good. Rebound Jones, gets it to Williams. And Williams moving right side, now moving left. Driving in, steps back, hands it to Tribble, who gets it to Fritzen. Fritzen driving in, gets stripped. It's gonna stay Anchormen ball, however. 41-28 the score, 14-17 to go in regulation.
The Anchormen have definitely come out very strong here in the second half. They've continued a lot of the momentum from the first half and just playing well as they have for most of this game. So you keep it up.
Green for 3, got it. Chris Green with 19 points already.
I'm surprised UMass, it took them almost 6 minutes into this half to call a timeout. They should have done it a while ago, I think.
44-28 the score.
And the Beacons are reeling right now. They just don't have an answer. They can't cover these Rhode Island College shooters. They're just letting them get space. You can't give Chris Green that much space, and off the dribble, as you said, him and Fritzen are lethal. It's really just
seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen so many teams this year have focused on Chris Green. The scouting report says, you know, Chris Green is such an important player to this Anchorman team, and the Beacons have done a terrible job of covering him. And I mean, credit the offense from Rhode Island College for giving him space, but I think on the flip side, the Beacons are going to be saying, what happened to this game?
Right.
Because it just seems like since the opening the opening tip to this game, they've just been getting beat back by the Anchormen, and they haven't had an answer to a lot of what they've been doing. So certainly Coach Burns is going to be very pleased by the effort he's seen from this team. And as I said, going into the half, just going to play a solid 40 minutes and just going to keep this up.
Absolutely. 44-28 the score, 14:09 to go. Second half. UMass ball. And Allen will bring it up the court. Left side passes to Powers at the top of the key. And Powers hands it off to Magras, back to Allen all the way on the other side. Now down to Gonzalez, who drives baseline and up for two. Williams, right side, now moving left off the screen from Campbell. Williams passes it to Tribble. Tribble sizing up, and it's going to be a blocking foul on Lewis Jean. Tribble will go to the line.
And once again, Tribble's been huge in the rebounding game. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got somewhere around 10 already. He's had another great game. And at the beginning of the year, Coach Burns said, we're a small team and we're going to have to play a lot bigger than we are. And I think Terrence Tribble's really embodied that philosophy.
As Tribble makes his first, 45-30 the score.
I think also in that department, Jason Jones and Justin Campbell have also done a good job. Two young players, two freshmen that have really stepped up on the inside game.
And Tribble makes them both. 46-30 the score, and we're going to have a foul on Campbell.
Foul on RIC, number 35, Justin Campbell, his second foul of the team.
Campbell looks at Fridson and says, my bad. Magras passes it all the way over to Allen.
I do like they're still going with the press. They're definitely keeping their foot on the gas pedal.
Great play by Williams, picking off the ball. Hands it to Campbell, who's unable to finish, gets his own rebound and goes up for two.
What a great dish by Williams, too. And then Campbell does a nice job staying with it, getting his own rebound, as you said.
And a travel called, Anchormen ball.
The Anchormen just have all the momentum in this game. And they really have for most of it. And UMass just has to do something different because it seems like in every aspect of the game, they're just getting beat here. They can't even get the ball off court right now. They're just having so many issues getting their groove back and getting their game back the way they want it to be. And the Anchormen are just taking advantage of that confusion and that disconnect they have, and they're turning it into points the other way for turnovers. Just a phenomenal game so far, and 18 points, they just gotta keep the foot on the gas pedal. And Coach Burns certainly is going with that philosophy, going with the press there and getting the turnover. He certainly is not gonna let up in this one. He's showing that he wants his team to keep that philosophy up as well.
Tribble to inbound. He gets into Williams. Williams moving right side, driving in, steps back, saves the ball, gets it down to Campbell for two.
Campbell's in double digits, and he's earned every one of those points down low.
20-point lead, 50-30 in favor of the Anchormen. 13 minutes still to go in the second half. Campbell hands it off to Magras. Magras back to Campbell, left side. Campbell now sizing up with Green. Trying to play him in the post. Little right hook off the board for two.
And Campbell just elevated over Green. Just did a nice job of floating up the right hook, as you said, and getting the bucket.
Williams looks for Campbell again. Campbell sizes up, that time no good. Out of bounds, off of UMass, it'll stay Anchormen ball.
I think Williams should have just taken the shot there, tried forcing it into Campbell. Campbell's done a nice job inside, wrestling for the ball there, and he did it again as the Anchormen retained possession.
And Campbell for two again.
Coach Burns imploring for the press. He doesn't want to let up too much on his team.
Magras for three. A quick three is knocked down by Magras.
And Justin Campbell's really coming into his own in this game. He's had a phenomenal showing off the bench, mind you.
Williams tries to hand it to Campbell again. That time it was read by Allen, who picks it off. And Allen jump. Got it.
Yeah, it was just one of those situations where Williams should have just gone in for the layup and just trying to do too much as a passer. But it's the first time he's really had that mistake turn against him in this one.
Scheider. Working right side, hands it off to Fritzen. And Fritzen, off the screen from Campbell, moves back to the right side.
They're gonna have to shoot.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Fritzen gets called for a travel.
Which is the right call. He definitely took a bit of a walk there with the ball.
52-37 the score, 11-19 to go second half.
And Coach Burns took a timeout, which I think is a good thing. Beacon's got two quick baskets. They got a bit of a, I guess, confused offensive possession. They really weren't on the same page there, so I think it's a good timeout. Try to focus the team back and get them back to the way they've been playing.
I would have to agree with you.
So definitely a wise timeout, but I don't really know what to say. I just think Anchormen have looked pretty good so far, and just we still got another 11 change to play in this one. They just got to keep up the intensity and just keep UMass reeling and don't let them get in too much of a groove.
They look really good this game.
They have. They gotta close the game out and finish it, because they can pull this game out. It's gonna be really good for their morale and their momentum. They got Southern Maine here, the flip side of the doubleheader on Wednesday. Another conference game, and it's really just they just need the win. I think they've executed in the last game and a half or so. They've executed really, really well, and it's just for them. It's just to get off this bad losing stretch they've been on and just finally get that win. And you can just fully turn the page and move on with your season. I think that's what they need.
We'll see what Coach Burns has drawn up for this defense of the Anchormen.
I think they're going to play off a little bit here.
Campbell brings it up for UMass at the top of the key. Hands it off to Magras. Magras calling for something. And looking down low. And a nice read by Campbell, who goes up for two.
He's down to 13. The Anchormen just going to get a couple of good offensive possessions here and stabilize things, I think.
Williams looking down low again to Campbell, and he's going to get to the line.
He's got a couple of freebies there.
Green and Jones both to come back into the game.
I would assume Jones is going to come in for Campbell. Or maybe not, but he's shooting from the line.
He sets, his first is up, and is no good.
Jones will come in for Tribble.
And Campbell sets. His second is up. And that should have also been a lane violation.
I agree with you. I mean, that was
he should have a third shot.
That was pretty blatant. I mean, as a woozy for the Beacons, basically standing right under the basket when that shot went off.
Magras back to Campbell. Campbell driving it right side, nice around the back move. Goes up for two.
And the Beacons have definitely found their offense here, so the Anchormen are going to have to make some adjustments on the defensive end to try to slow them down.
Williams pulls up for three, knocks it down.
Williams gets his first point. As we said, a hesitant shooter, but he made a wise decision to pull up for that one there. They gave him a lot of space because I don't think they expected him to shoot. So
right.
Take advantage of that. If that's how they're going to be about it, then so be it.
Ball being moved around. Ezewuzie passes it down. And with Lewis Jean goes up for two.
You think the Anchormen were in a 2-3 zone there, and the Beacons just worked in the middle of the zone and found the open man.
And the Anchormen turn the ball over. Caesar comes up with the steal. Campbell, a nice around the back move, draws the foul, and he'll get to the line. Campbell not happy. He will be at the line.
Yeah, but it looked like Justin Campbell for Allen College on that foul. It looked like he did catch a little bit of the shooter, Campbell for UMass.
He makes it first.
On the way up, so I can't really disagree with the call there, but obviously with his third foul, he wants to stay in the game, but Coach Burns will wisely take him out and save him for later on. He's in a bit of trouble here with 9:34 to play in the second half.
He puts Tribble back into the game. And lucky roll on the second shot. Gets it to fall. Williams controlling the offense of the Anchormen. Moves right side. Gets it to Green. Green off the dribble for three.
Hey, Green's really just, seems like he can't miss tonight. Seems like every shot he takes just catches nothing but rim, and he's done a great job with his 22 points of being the player that he's been all year. And
Magras moves right side. Now passes it up to Campbell.
could have been a spark for this Anchormen team.
Campbell passes it down low to Louis Jean, who gets it to go. And Williams now bringing it up the court for the Anchormen. It was a great play, however, by Louis Jean.
Oh,
Very
certainly.
strange shot.
Certainly, but he finds a way to convert it and get the basket for the Beacons.
Scheider fakes the three. Now gets it to Green. Green steps back. Now gets it back out. Scheider. Hand it to Williams. Williams calling out a play on the right side. And he finds Scheider. Deep three. No good. Rebound tapped down, and it comes down to Campbell.
Yeah, it was a good effort by Tribble, but tips it up in the air, and there was nobody for the Anchormen to be able to grab the rebound there.
Allen with the ball.
And the
Up near half court on the left side.
And the Beacons have definitely battled back in this one, knocked this lead down from 20 to 12 points.
Allen off the board, no good. And Green comes up with it somehow. Green brings it up the court on the right side. Now moves left. Williams for three. No good. Rebound, Tribble.
Yeah, great read by Tribble. He saw that shot was falling short, and he immediately went up for the rebound, give the Anchormen a nice second chance. But they do need to take a shot soon here.
You got to know when to do that, because you could get called for that offensive goaltending.
Yeah, definitely.
Great timing by Tribble. Tribble finds Green. He's going to have to take it.
He's not going to get it off.
He does get it off. It's no good. It'll be a shot clock violation as it does not hit the rim.
I don't know how he got that shot off. It was a nice quick release, but as you said, not able to hit the rim there, kind of just heaved one up, and it'll be Beacon's ball.
7:27 to go, second half. 59-47.
And the Anchormen just got to kind of find their defense back. They've definitely given up a lot of easy possessions for the Beacons to let them get down low and get those high percentage shots. So I think Coach Burns just going to try to draw something up a little different. Maybe bring the press back a little bit. They've backed off with that, and I think it's probably because UMass was kind of working their way through it and they were expecting it. So they were just passing it up quickly and getting easy shots. But maybe bring some pressure back. I think they've been playing a lot of zone here as of late. So maybe switch it up to man if you feel it's better. But I'm sure Coach Burns has got something planned there. He's got the team in the huddle.
They did. They came out right out of the gate in that first half playing that zone, that 2-1-2 that they were playing then. Switched it off to a 2-3. And I believe we've seen it also a 3-2.
Yeah.
Of course, we've seen man at some point too.
Certainly. And I think variety is a good thing, but I think also there's no shame in working with what's there and what's working for you. And we'll see what Coach Burns does. I think maybe if they switch back to someone, as you said, that 2-1-2, or maybe, you know, go with the full court man press a little bit. See what they want to do defensively, but definitely got to change it up a little bit. As to their credit, they haven't let up offensively, the Anchormen, but the Beacons have been converting, and obviously the Anchormen are a very defensive-minded team, and they've played a very defensive game in the first half, and would definitely like to continue that here in the second.
Allen with the ball, trying to get it over this half-court line, and they do. Powers kicks it out to the corner. Three is good from Magras. And the lead is now down to single digits again. 59-50 the score. Coach Burns cannot be happy at this point.
Oh, you just gotta calm down, slow down a little bit.
Green to Scheider. Scheider moving around. Now brings it to the left side. Drives in left. Hands it back to Fritzen. Fritzen, top of the key. There's going to be a foul called on Campbell.
Yeah, if you're the Anchormen, you just got to kind of settle down a little bit and just don't let this game get away from you, and just keep doing what was working for you, I think. Don't try to do too much.
Fritzen tried to find Scheider, unable to. Now he brings it back deep behind the three-point line. Now moves right, gives it to Scheider along the left wing, who brings it back up over to the right side, hands it off to Green. And Green drives in, steps back, takes a shot. No good that time. Rebound comes down to Jones, who goes up for two.
I don't know how he ended up with that rebound, but it was an awkward shot for Green, and to his credit, he actually was very close to converting it. It's an awkward step he took, but Jones on the flip side does a nice job getting the offensive board, and some nice offensive series by the Anchormen.
Allen working left side, gives it to Campbell. And Campbell moves in, now gets it back out to Powers. Powers takes 3 steps, no call. And Green bringing it up the court. And they're going to call an offensive foul.
My question is where? I didn't see much of anything.
They're going to say he pushed off.
I didn't see a push off. I don't think he ever extended his hand. Well, regardless, the official saw it differently, and it'll be Beacon's ball.
Allen with the ball near center court. There's that 2-3 zone again.
They're sticking with it.
3 is good. As that 2-3 zone is a shooter's paradise. I know that from experience. 3s always come from a 2-3 zone. It just leaves shooters wide open all over the place.
Yeah, definitely, because you're only playing 2 up top, and you're trying to take away the inside game, but it's just, I don't think it's the right look, because the Beacons are showing that they can hit those perimeter shots.
Fritzen working left side. Gives it to Green, who's almost unable to handle it, but he does. Takes the deep 3, no good. Rebound Campbell.
Like I said before, just don't try to do too much if you're the Anchorman. I think Green did a little bit there.
Great block by Tribble. Fritzen, right side, behind the 3-point line. Calling out a play, setting up the offense. Campbell will come back into the game for the Anchormen momentarily. And Fritzen drives left side, and he gets fouled.
Hard foul. I wonder if we're going to see a flagrant here.
I don't believe so.
I don't think it was intentional or malicious.
No, and that's the only reason why I'd say not.
Yeah, I think it was just one of those things. He just went up for the block, and Fritzen being kind of definitely on the small side of it, at 6 feet flat, just sometimes he has to elevate so much to get up to the hoop that, you know, he just came down hard with all that elevation. It looks like he's a little shaken up. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Obviously Fritzen, a dynamic and important player for this Anchormen team.
And it was a hard foul. Fritzen's back up.
Yeah, he looks like
He'll
he's
be
all
all
right. Usually he just, obviously, he looked like he kind of face planted on the floor there, so it's obviously not comfortable.
And we'll see who's shoot his free throws. It was a hard foul, but no, it wasn't. Wasn't worth a flagrant foul, and they didn't call it that way either.
Yeah, I can't really disagree with that logic because, as we point out, not really intentional. It didn't look like malicious. Just one of those plays where both players are going hard for the block and the shot, and just ends up looking worse than the intent actually was.
I'm waiting for a call on the court. I think they're discussing who's going to be shooting Fritzen's foul shots.
Yeah, it's outside of timeouts, the biggest pause we've seen in a pretty fast-paced game.
Absolutely.
First half whizzed by. But this half's taking a little longer, and obviously a lot more timeouts, definitely some more fouls. And an 8-point game. Looks like Jones will be on the line.
So Jason Jones will shoot Fridzen's foul shots. He sets, his first is up. No good. Jones sets. Second is up and is no good. And Campbell's gonna get called for travel. And Fritzen will now come back in along with Justin Campbell.
Yeah, thankfully, and you could kind of tell afterwards when he got up, it didn't look like it was serious. Obviously, just a hard impact on the floor, and he just needed a little bit of time to catch his bearings, but thankfully, he's back in this one.
Scheider in the corner, passes it up to Fritzen. Fritzen off the screens from Tribble and Campbell. Gets in a little trouble, but gets out of it.
It looks like Coach Burns called timeout.
And yeah, I guess that's what.
I guess
that's what happened. We had a whistle that looked like they were going to call something.
It didn't,
because he didn't point to the bench.
No, and then I thought I heard some commotion that UMass had tried to call a timeout, which you obviously can't do unless you have possession of the ball. Which I think is a technical if you try calling timeout.
That it is, yes, you are correct.
So, obviously it looks like Rhode Island College called timeout. So, no foul of any sort there.
61-53 the score. 4:18 to go in the game. And Scheider to inbound, and he gets it into Green. Now Tribble with it, gives it to Fritzen, fakes the three, now drives in, hands it off to his left side and goes up for two.
And that was just a wise play. The lane was there, and good job of recognizing that their lane was there.
And Allen gets away with the travel, hits the shot, and will go to the line.
They've been getting away with the travel all night, so I mean, there's not really news there, but unfortunately the foul and chance for a three-point play for the Beacons.
It really happened. They've been walks left and right they're not calling.
Certainly. It's always on the drives there to get the extra step.
He sets, shot is up and is good. 63-56 the score. And Williams will bring it up the court.
Came in for Scheider there.
Williams at the top of the key. Campbell calls him over that way. And he does. He goes right, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Campbell. He's not happy about it.
I think it was the right call.
Williams will inbound. They're looking for Green, and they find him. Now Fritzen with it. Looking around. Fritzen at the top of the key now drives left side. And nice little move up for two.
What a great job. He does a little up and under deal.
Allen brings it all the way up. And a great block by Tribble.
And I don't know how he avoided the contact there and just got the ball, but it was just a nice athletic play from behind. Great job by Tribble. He has a lot of blocks in this game too. Rebounds and blocks. Both been his specialty in this one.
Magras with the ball. Gets it out to Powers. Powers moves it back in and back out to Allen again. Gets away with another walk.
And I think the issue of Rhode Island College as of late in the second half is they're allowing Allen and the other guards to get drives inside, and especially after baskets. UMass has been very quick on the transition. I think that's probably because Rhode Island College isn't bringing the press, so they're taking advantage of that lack of pressure, and they're just going forward.
Shot is up and is good. And Allen sets himself for his second foul shot. It is up, and it is no good. Rebound Tribble. And Green off to the races. Now he slows it down. Brings it up past half court on the left side. Now moves it over right.
You don't have to rush here. You got an 8-point lead. You can take your time a little bit.
Williams passes it down low, looking for Tribble, and out to the corner to Green. Green fakes a shot, now takes a shot. No good. And a great putback by Tribble.
Yeah, and it was a nice job by Green giving himself some space, but Tribble, great awareness. As always, underneath the basket, is able to get the tip in. This game's back up to a double-digit lead for the Anchormen.
Magras, left side. Shot no good. Rebound, Fritzen.
Oh,
he gets it stolen away by Campbell, who goes up for 2. Williams. Moving right side.
I think with 2 minutes
now
left,
moving left.
You're just gonna play smart here.
Green. To Williams for 3. No good. Rebound, Fritzen. And Fritzen brings it back over to the right side near half court.
Take a little time off the clock here. I think that's wise. Still got an 8-point lead. At least 3 possessions.
Green. Passes it to Campbell. Campbell looking for somebody, finds Green. And we'll get a foul. Fouls on Powers. 67-59 the score, 1:41 to go in the game. First is up and is good. Rhode Island College in the bonus now. Chris Green, 23 points so far.
Another solid outing from him.
And he sets himself, takes a second. He's got 24 points. Magras with the ball, right side. Being guarded by Fritzen beyond the 3-point line, gets it to Campbell. Campbell looking around, takes the 3. No good. Rebound, tapped down by Fritzen to Magras, gets it down low to Powers. No good. And Williams comes up with that rebound and a great play. Throwing it off of him out of bounds.
I was just about to say, that's great awareness, especially for a young player like him. You know, not panicking in that situation, backed up against his own baseline and throws it right at the Beacons player's foot and is able to retain possession that way.
One of my personal favorite plays to see. Throwing it off a defender out of bounds.
It's just a smart play.
Down low, Campbell couldn't handle it. It's going to be out of bounds.
He's going to be kicking himself.
UMass.
He had a nice opportunity there. Nice pass down low and just not able to handle it, unfortunately.
1:09 to go in the game. 69-59. 10-point Rhode Island College lead. Chris Green with 24 points. Jimmy Fritzen with 13. Justin Campbell with 13.
I think the biggest surprise out of that, you have to say, is Justin Campbell.
Absolutely.
And not that he's played poorly or anything, but just because we haven't seen a points outing like that for him. And I think he filled a lot of that void. I think he's got a lot of floor time over Jason Jones just because I think Coach Burns has just been riding a high hand in this one. And not to say Jones is playing poorly, but Campbell's just had a great presence inside today. And you know, good for him, able to put up the nice game on the offensive side.
Absolutely.
And then the rebound game as well. But I think the Anchormen have done a good job of being cool, responding to UMass's surge here in the second half. You know, they let them get back in the game, and they let them get the lead down to single digits, but they didn't panic. I felt like in the LaSalle game, they panicked. They were turning the ball over and making a lot of foolish mistakes. And in this game, I mean, look, it wasn't perfect down the stretch by any means, but they've done a lot better job. And they've kept their cool, I think is what it is. They've kept their poise. And I think that's shown how this team has grown since that game. It was back on December 3rd, a little over a month ago.
UMass with the ball. Ball being moved around. Allen in the corner now. Nice block by Treble, but they're going to have a foul before that.
Yeah, I believe the foul's on Williams. That's going to put them over the limit. So I guess if you're UMass, you're probably going to foul. I mean, I'm assuming he's probably going to make one of these at least. Make it a potential 3-possession game.
He sets. His shot is good. Of course, we'll see you all Wednesday right here at the Murray Center when your Rhode Island College Anchorwomen and Anchormen will take on the University of Southern Maine. Tip-offs are at 5:30 and 7:30 respectively.
Another conference game.
Second is up and a good.
Be another pair of good games.
Chris Green working
Nice
under
pass.
pressure, gets it up to Tribble and up to Campbell, and Campbell slams it home for 2.
Nice finesse finish there. Gets the whole bench standing up.
And Magras's shot is no good. Rebound Campbell, gets it to Fritzen. And Fritzen goes right, loses the ball, and they say it's UMass ball.
I'm surprised there was no foul there.
Allen with the ball, left side. Takes a long 3 and knocks it down. Green gets it up to Fritzen.
Hard foul.
Fritzen will go to the line.
And I think another difference between this and the LaSalle game is when LaSalle was bringing all that pressure, the Anchormen were turning the ball over and whatnot, and they've just made some nice passes. They've been patient.
I think they're going to call a flagrant foul on Powers. He did clothesline him.
Again, I don't think that was necessarily intentional. I think he was just going in for the foul, but
That's what it looked like from here.
I mean,
And he makes his first.
at the same time, I guess you can make the argument if you wanted to that UMass got away with a flagrant earlier, which I would disagree with, but
I also disagree with it. And he makes them both. 73-64 the score. 24.8 seconds to go in the game. Green with 24 points, Fritzen with 15, Campbell also with 15.
yeah, I think what was nice in this game is that we're used to seeing Chris Green have big games. I mean, it seems like he's always over 20 points one way or another. But to see some of these other guys, I mean, Fritzen, another good game by Campbell, had a solid outing. Tribble, I mean, only 6 points offensively, but look what he's done defensively and then the rebound
At least
game.
5 blocks.
At least. And then the rebounds, I'm assuming, judging by what I've seen today, it's probably in double digits again. I think he's provided a big spark being the veteran he is as a junior. He's been able to provide some of the, I guess, build some momentum and be that spark plug for the team, and he's done a great job of that as of late, so I can't give him enough credit for that. He's definitely stepped up.
And Tribble will inbound right in front of the table here. And he gets it into Green.
Thank you.
And UMass not fouling. And Green calls a timeout. Coach Burns not happy with Terrence Tribble.
That was a smart play by Green, though. You had 2 timeouts in your pocket with 16 seconds left in this game. You can't carry them over to the next game, so might as well use them, and that was just a smart play right along the scorer's table over there.
73-64 the score.
As you said, it's surprising that UMass didn't foul. It's either, I feel like if you're not going to foul, just back off and let the game end. I mean, if you're not going to try, I mean, there's no need to pressure if that's going to be your mindset. So that was definitely, you pointed out, it's a very curious sequence there by the Beacons, because I would just go right for the foul. I'm not sure, I think 7 or 8 seconds drain off the clock there too. So I mean, if you're looking to try to make the miracle comeback, you're not helping yourself there.
The ball is inbounded, but stolen away by Caesar. Now Allen pulls up for a long 3, knocks it down.
Wow, he made that there.
And Green will be fouled, so he'll go to the line.
And Allen made just a tremendous three. Deep shot and just off balance. For the senior guard, I mean, he's seen a lot of play, obviously.
He also has 23 points.
And along with that, Michael Campbell for the Beacons is 15.
And Green misses his first. He misses 8. And the UMass was thinking he had 2 shots, but he did not. And the clock runs out. And that's going to be the end of the game. Your final score, Rhode Island College 73, UMass Boston 67. And Andrew, that was an exciting game to say the very least.
Definitely, and one of the most bizarre endings I've ever seen there with the foul shot, but
just no awareness on the part of UMass Boston.
Definitely.
They said 1-1.
Yeah, definitely. And
nobody rebounded.
No, and Green said, I'll run the clock out, but besides that, I mean, I think the Anchormen probably didn't close out the game they might have wanted to, but they ended the game. They finished it.
Absolutely.
They got the win. That's the important part. And
Andrew, you're going to have Chris Green standing by, so I'll send it right down to you.
I'm here with Chris Green, Rhode Island College Anchorman. Chris, another tremendous game from you, 24 points. Great effort, but it's great to finally see you guys get that win and end that losing streak. Since you guys came out with so much fire at the beginning of the game, what do you think the big thing was that just helped you get off to that fast start?
We wanted to like capitalize off last game, the Wellesley game, and just bring energy. So we started off real strong. We just got played up with a full game. We let them come back too many times.
Yeah, definitely. You did let them back in the game a little bit, but what do you think the difference was? You played that game against LaSalle, and obviously we know how that ended. What do you think the difference was between that game and how you guys closed out this one with a win?
Just focus. We focused and executed. Like, we got to the line, and we attacked them instead of settling a lot of the game.
Yeah, definitely. You guys showed a lot more poise in that game and a lot of patience, and it's a great job closing out. But you got a conference opponent from Southern Maine on Wednesday. Obviously, conference games, team you see twice a year. What do you think the biggest key for you guys going against that team is going to be to capitalize on this win and try to get a winning streak going?
Just keep building. We played good against Wellesley. We played good today. We just got to keep playing this way instead of how we played before the break. We got to keep this going.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think 2 tremendous games from you guys, even though Tuesday wasn't a win, but a win today. And Chris, great game out of you and the rest of the team, and hopefully you can get another win on Wednesday.
All right, thanks.
I appreciate it.
And thank you very much, Chris. And what a game it was.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, they just came out, like you said, they just capitalized off that momentum from the Wesleyan game, and they just came out with a lot of fire and a lot of, and they definitely overwhelmed UMass.
Absolutely.
I mean, they definitely didn't see that coming. I think they just figured a 1-11 team, there wasn't going to be much of a game.
I mean, they came out firing and just looked like a well-oiled machine. They looked like a team.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I guess you could probably say that at the beginning of the year we saw a team that looked at a lot of collection of individuals who were just trying to figure out how they were playing, how they were going to play together. And I think something's clicked with this team since the break. And I don't know, I mean, I think it's just a lot of different factors probably at play. But, I mean, really, this is just such a great team to watch now and just a far different team. And hopefully we keep seeing this because I think this is a team that can really give teams a lot of trouble down the stretch. And, you know, who knows?
Can't wait to hear what Coach Burns has to say about this one.
Definitely. But, I mean, it's
just a fantastic couple of games. Even though the loss to Wesleyan in overtime, 79-77, I believe the score was.
Yes, it was.
That's where they really started to look like, that second half into that overtime, they really started to look like just a team that just plays well together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely. And I think a lot of times in sports when you have a break like that, you talk about teams with momentum losing steam. And with this team, it was the opposite. They didn't have momentum, and they were able to gain it back because of the break.
And Andrew, I'll send it down to you as we got Coach Burns standing by.
And Coach Burns here at the Rhode Island College Anchormen. Coach, it's great to finally break that losing streak, get the win today. I mean, just a tremendous game from you guys in a lot of aspects. But talk to Chris a little bit about how you guys came out with a lot of fire. What did you say to the team during the week to try to capitalize off that momentum from the Wesleyan game?
To be honest with you, they've done a lot of it on their own. The character of the group, the type of kid that we have, obviously a lot of it comes from Terrence Tribble and Michael Neal being around the team as much as he possibly can. Michael Neal had a pacemaker put in his heart Tuesday at 10 a.m., checked himself out of the hospital and refused to miss the game. He was at that game on Tuesday night. He's been at our practices. He sits on our bench. So, you know, the guys just don't want to let him down. The character of the team is incredible. Any other team that's 1-11 is pointing fingers and making excuses and blaming other people, and the guys did it. They just continue to fight, continue to battle, and hopefully we right the ship. I mean, we're 1-2 in the LEC. That's what we got to worry about. We can't worry about that non-league schedule. That's behind us now. We can only control what's in front of us, and that's, you know, Little East games. Yeah,
definitely. And I was talking to Chris about it, and I want to get your take on it. Obviously, you had a situation in this game where UMass started working their way back in the game, and I'd like to have your take on it. What do you think they did differently from that LaSalle game where you weren't able to hold on to that lead at the end?
I think Chris stepped up. You know, Chris makes plays. You know, we did a better job defensively. We get some more stops. And the thing we did is when they did pressure us, the LaSalle game, we pulled the ball out. And whereas today, when they pressed at us, we looked down the floor. And if you can get an easy bucket, you get an easy bucket. You got to make better decisions. But I think we're putting the ball in the right people's hands at the end of the game. And the guys are just sick and tired of losing, so they're going to do whatever it takes to get a W.
Yeah, definitely. And you got a conference opponent in Southern Maine. Specifically with that team, what do you think it is you need to work on to match up with them?
To be honest with you, I have no clue what Southern Maine looks like, smells like, plays like. My biggest concern right now is the Anchormen, and that's all I was really worried about. And for 24 hours, we're going to enjoy this one. Monday morning, we're going to wake up. Monday's practice, we're going to work on us get better, watch some game tape, and then Tuesday we'll put in our game plan for what we want to do against Southern Maine. But to be honest with you, I couldn't tell you if they were bringing pink elephants or penguins. I have no damn clue. All I care about is the Anchormen right now.
Well, definitely great to see you guys get the win tonight, and hopefully more to come. And we'll see you Wednesday night. But thanks for talking with us, Coach.
Just so you know real quick now, we have 3 new additions to the program that are suiting up on Wednesday. We have 3 transfers coming in. Gianni Carwin, a freshman from Stamford, Connecticut. Aaron Lee, a Division II transfer from Mount St. Leo's Division II school in Florida. And Malcolm Smith, who was a transfer from Philadelphia University, Division II school, who played at St. Andrews School in Barrington, Rhode Island. So hopefully with the addition of those 3, obviously we're going to have to work them in. They're going to have to get shape. They're going to have to know how we play, learn our plays, learn our terminology, learn our techniques. But bringing those 3 guys in, and Shaquem Core-Smith, the doctor says he should be back on January 21st. So don't sleep on us now. Don't sleep on the Anchormen. Obviously it's been a rough non-conference schedule, but don't sleep on us. We're going to give it everything we have.
Hey, definitely, Coach. You've been an exciting team to watch the past 2 games. Can't wait to see you Wednesday and see if we can get a winning streak going.
Thank you very much. I appreciate all the support.
Appreciate
Take care,
it,
guys.
Coach.
Thanks.
All right, so definitely some great insight from Coach Burns, as always. And that's going to wrap up our broadcast. We'll see you for the doubleheader on Wednesday. So for Mike Giamarco, I'm Andrew Spaziano. Have a good night from WXIN and Anchor TV.